The questions following Yum brands in China, the KFC, Pizza Hut, and Little Sheep restaurants are indicating that they are becoming a targeted company in China. They have been implicated by media as being part of a sick chicken, improperly fed chicken, and the bird flu, and most recently, accepting of rat meat disguised as mutton. But when we present the sum of the balanced stories, Yum is losing business from the news and not from being guilty of any of these accusations.
Reuters in China has provided the latest in a string of accusations with a story yesterday against Yum brands. They bring up the story last February that Xinhua called Yum being guilty of corporate arrogance regarding the sick chicken scandal. That was when improperly handled chicken had died and were prepared for use by restaurants at the supplier. One of those boxes had a KFC destination on it, and the story was labeled as a KFC supplier selling sick chicken to the restaurant chain. Then comes the deadly bird flu. Again, an issue that is about suppliers, live bird farms, and live bird markets, and not the sanitary conditions of a KFC. Yet the association was made in the media. The next story is how Yum brands had lost 30% of their business. Another targeted story on Yum and KFC. Just last week, Chinese food inspectors made sweeping arrests on fake food suppliers around the country. They find one operation of some 60-some people that had used rat meat and other rodents to be repackaged as mutton. The next thing is the story is associated with Yum brands because Little Sheep Restaurants, a chain bought in 2011, serves mutton in their hot pot dishes. Now Yum is working with the Shanghai consultancy CIC to build the customer relationships they have. It will likely turn to social media and away from the more expensive forms of marketing.
The recent Reuters report claims that Yum should have done a better response at the initial allegation in December. It may be true, but it still doesn't take into account the initial situation of poor journalistic practices and then the continued improper allegations by the Chinese media as guilty parties causing Yum's stocks and restaurant business to fall. It was not the restaurants that had the problems. It was the chicken suppliers and processors with unsafe practices.